Good morning, everyone. It's May 21st, 2018. I know I've not made a video in about a week. I'm kind of struggling with my voice. I have a bit of laryngitis. It keeps cutting out on me. Seems to be worse in the mornings and at night, and in the day, not so bad. I don't feel bad, but I'm just struggling with my vocal cords. I had a question asked by a sub, and I'd like to go ahead and explain this to everybody. I've been over this before, but we need to go through it again for all of the new subs, and just as a refresher and a reminder. Exalted of a person or their rank or status, placed at a high or powerful level. When a planet is in its house of exaltation, it becomes more powerful than any place on the wheel. That's when it's at its best, it's most powerful. Also held in high regard, another description. As an adjective, it's in a state of extreme happiness, jubilant, joyful, rapturous, ecstatic, blissful. A lot of these terms, you think about that when that planet is there. It's happy there. Well, you also have debilitation as well, where it's not happy, it's not joyful, it's not powerful. Let's take a look at what the Vedic says. For a planet to be exalted, this is the best position for a planet in a birth chart, to have it exalted. That way, you're not struggling with that chakra in your body. The sun is exalted in Aries, so it is debilitated in Libra, just opposite the wheel. The moon is exalted in Taurus, so it is debilitated in Scorpio. Mercury is exalted in Virgo, so it is debilitated in Pisces. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, so it is debilitated in Capricorn. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so she is debilitated in Virgo. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, where he currently is, so he is debilitated in Cancer. Saturn is exalted in Libra, so he is debilitated in Aries. When planets are debilitated, they lose strength and give negative results. They make you struggle to reach your goals. No planet is exalted or debilitated in Aquarius and Leo, or Gemini and Sagittarius. We're not given reasons for that. They just seem to be not there. You'll have to excuse me, I'm kind of struggling through this. You'll notice that the Sun and Saturn are opposite. When one is debilitated, the Sun is exalted in Aries and Saturn is debilitated there. Saturn is exalted in Libra and the Sun is debilitated there. Venus and Mercury play this game. Venus is exalted in Pisces while Mercury is debilitated there. Mercury is exalted in Virgo while Pisces is debilitated there. Jupiter and Mars play this game. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, Mars is debilitated. Mars is exalted in Capricorn and Jupiter is debilitated there. So you can see how they work and oppose each other. To have one planet, say you have the Sun and Saturn in Aries or Libra, you have them struggle against each other. Have them both in exaltation would be the ideal. So you can look at your natal charts and see how, and align them with your chakras. See if your chakras are exalted or debilitated, which ones you're going to have the most difficulty with, and which ones are going to be easy for you to work with. And when it's in your birth chart, that can push through the rest of your life. It would be great if everybody could have all of the planets in their exaltation. That would be a much easier life than most of us could probably imagine, because life itself is difficult. We're going to take a quick look at Stellarium and talk about what's going on and where all these planets are and what's ahead. Alright, it is May 21st, 2018. Mars, Exalted in Capricorn. On the Cardinal Cross. Going to be talking about the Cardinal Cross. We've been talking a lot in the past few months about the mutable cross and all the change that's going on. And you people on the mutable cross are still having that inner change happen, as Pluto is in the house of ideology with Saturn retrograde. Jupiter on the Cardinal Cross with Mars. Jupiter retrograde in Libra. The moon was on the Cardinal Cross last night, now in Leo on the fixed cross. Venus moving to that mutable cross. You people on the mutable cross can finally start to breathe a little bit, as Uranus over here is moved into Aries, the Sun in Taurus on the fixed cross. Sun exalted in Aries here. Mercury on the Cardinal Cross. Uranus on the Cardinal Cross. Uranus and Mercury both moved onto the Cardinal Cross on the 15th, just a week ago. Mercury was debilitated in Pisces. So now you have Uranus, this planet of massive outer transformation, moving into Aries. Here, that would be purification, the fire of purification here. So a lot of this stuff in your life that's not working for you is going to be burnt away. When you talk about the Cardinal Cross, you're talking about the Most High. And that is not going to stop, because as Pluto moves on to the Cardinal Cross in 2020 with Saturn and Jupiter, Uranus will still be in Aries. So all this weight that has been on the mutable cross and those that reside there is coming to the Cardinal Cross. And that big date of December 1st, 2020, when that Saturn-Jupiter conjunction happens, it's gonna, Uranus will still be here in this fire. So look to your fellows that are mutable and what they're going through right now. And that's going to give you an idea of how heavy that cross is going to be for those on the Cardinal Cross. You're talking about inner and outer transformation and cardinal fire. Right now you're not even getting a break, because Jupiter, considered benevolent on the other side of the wheel, is retrograde. You'll get a little break when Saturn and Jupiter come out of retrograde. They're going to play their little dance here on the mutable cross in 2020. But then at the end of the year, on the winter solstice, they're going to meet here in Capricorn with Pluto. And that punch is going to happen. It's going to be pretty hard for some and easy for others, depending upon your natal charts and your state of mind. When Saturn and Jupiter meet, it sets the stage for the next 20 years of your life. And that's for everything and everybody. If governments are in an uproar and upside down, well, that's what you can expect for the next 20 years. When you talk about Capricorn, you're talking about government, agriculture, politics, politicians, civil servants, military, and with Pluto coming in there, it's massive change on the inside, the way that it's even thought about, the way we think about government. And then Uranus on the same cross, burning away, purifying, getting rid of a lot of problems that we have in government, military, education, agriculture. This can be a great time for change, people. As heavy and hard as this is going to be, just where they're landing, if we can not be in a negative frame of mind and be in a positive manifestation mode, we can create a much better life for ourselves on this planet. When you talk about Saturn ruling agriculture, we'll have the opportunity possibly to get rid of GMO, burn it away with that Uranus in Aries. Government that is dysfunctional, burn it away. Education that is programming us and dumbing us down, it can go. We can focus all of this energy in a more positive direction. And we've got a little over a year and a half to prepare for this, to get ready for this, to make preparations. And the best way to do it is to get ourselves together. Get your chakras aligned. Understand your birth chart. Know what's coming before it hits you. That way you can prepare for it. When you know something's coming, you don't have that shock. When you're shocked about something, it automatically throws you in the lower chakras. If we do not pull it together by 2020, we're going to manifest in the lower chakras. And it's going to flip every bit of that. Our governments will probably crumble and we'll go into a dictatorship. Our education will be null and void, pretty much like it is and worse. The military can get out of control. You could even see war inside yourself, in your families, in your communities, and all the way up to the big picture. We need to manifest from a positive mode. All right. A lot going on this summer with this Saturn retrograde straight through September. And then we're going to have a Mars retrograde coming up. Mars is going to go retrograde in a sign that he's exalted in. So that's going to exalt that retrograde even more. It's going to be like a double portion retrograde. So that's not good, especially with Saturn retrograde. So we're going to have to buckle up and get ready. Those of you on the cardinal cross, it is taking some weight off the mutable cross. And then the rest of it will come off in 2020 when Pluto and Uranus are on that cardinal cross. And we can look to our brothers and sisters that are on the mutable cross and the change that they've been going through for the past few years and reflect that to ourselves. So, again, that it's not such a shock when it happens. You need to learn to channel these energies or they're going to channel you. I mean, I struggled the entire time Mercury was in Pisces because he's debilitated here. And the day he comes out of debilitation, I lose my voice. Thankfully, I don't feel sick, just having trouble speaking. My mouth moves and some of the words come out and some don't. But I don't feel bad otherwise. Alright. We got a lot of constellations right now with just nothing in them. The moon is going to be sitting by itself over here in Leo. So when the moon is alone like that, people tend to feel isolated. They feel disconnected. So think about that as well. When you're disconnected from the world around you is the perfect time to connect with the stars above. Reach to the heavens to find your connection. Right now, most of what's going on you can see here from Aries, the Sun, on the fixed and cardinal cross. The mutable cross getting a bigger break because Venus is in Gemini. That's helping them even more. On the cardinal cross, you got Jupiter retrograde, Mars exalted, Mercury and Uranus in that fire of purification. And the moon was in Cancer last night. We had something on every extension of the cardinal cross. So everything that first the fixed cross went through it, then the mutable cross, now it's our turn. And then after we're finished with the Pluto-Uranus transformation, it'll shift over back to that fixed cross. And you'll feel that around 2024. We had the eclipse happening last year on the fixed cross. And when it happens next time, it will be on the cardinal cross to complete its big X. I do believe it'll be on the cardinal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Positive. This is going to happen in April. Yes, it'll happen on the cardinal cross. Alright. I'm going to try to play catch up on videos as my voice allows me. I wish it was a little calmer around here during the day, because that's when my voice is better. But Las Vegas has been in an uproar the past few days. We have the EDC concert that lasts 3 days. The Electric Daisy concert, big outdoor event, bringing a lot of people in from out of town and a lot of locals that participate. We had the Billboard Awards last night at the MGM. So you got major star power here, and a lot of extra security was added. And then the Golden Knights, Vegas's new hockey team, won the Western Conference and are headed to the Stanley Cup. So this town is freaking crazy this weekend. Yesterday was, people, they're happy. What can I say? The locals are ecstatic here, and everybody knows it, because the parties have been on today. Maybe it'll quieten down a little bit, and school let out. So I don't expect there to be a lot of quiet time. Maybe when that 100-degree temperatures hit this week, it'll run them indoors, and we can find a little quiet time to get some videos done. If you got any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to get to them as I can. And thank you for your donations to this channel. And if you haven't already, maybe you consider supporting this channel on a regular basis with a small donation here and there as you can. I would love to upgrade some equipment as I have a lot of stuff on some old drives that I'd like to be able to access. But what I'm needing is a really powerful gaming computer to do what I need to do. And that's a bit out of my reach right now. I'm hoping to be able to move next month. And if that works out, then I'll have a lot more quiet time, because I'm going to take my time and find something that is quiet, so I can do videos when I want to and not having to get up at the wee hours of the morning to do it. Alright, thank you all very much for your patience with me.